We'll have a little chat about Premier League, and we want to talk about Manchester United. If you've got any fans out there who want to talk about Raphael Varane potentially leaving in January or the summer. He's had a bit of fall from grace. 03717 223344. We've also asked for some Sunday League stories. Any of the disasters that you've had, and obviously you can come on and give us a shout. But Chase, while I haven't hardly spoke to you because we've got Mark here.
It's all right. Not offended.
Well, you should
speak to you most nights, mate.
I know.
It's nice to have a day off, actually.
It is nice. Night off. You know what? It's actually just nice just not to look at you. You know, like I can look in a different direction and speak to someone else. Like, it's lovely. But just on Varane, mate, he's had a bit of a nightmare, isn't he? Because he's fallen out of favour, and Ten Hag's got a bit of an issue here because he keeps falling out with players.
Don't fancy him either. Doesn't fancy him at all, does he?
No, but he's a World Cup winner.
Yeah, but there's lots of people that are World Cup winners that retire. That ain't good enough. He has not been the player they thought. He has not turned up and done what he done at Real Madrid. He hasn't been the same player.
No.
He's in a shadow of the player we saw in the Champions.
Bad side.
Yeah, they haven't been great, but you expect more, don't you? Don't you expect more from him?
Yes.
Okay, his injuries keep piling up. That's another thing they're probably a bit frustrated about. And once your injuries pile up, you can't get a run of games and you can't get that fitness levels and you can't get that consistency. And unfortunately, he's playing for a club. They're inconsistent. There's a lot of things.
He's playing Johnny Evans in front of him.
That's what I mean. You don't fancy him. You don't fancy him.
I mean, come on. But this is the question I asked from this situation for him, right? Mark can get involved as well. As a manager of a football club, you're dealing with star players, Varane, Jadon Sancho.
Has he fallen out with him? Like verbally?
Well, I don't know. But it seems to me like there's a problem. He come on the other day when someone got injured, and it was like
he had a horror show. It was in the Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League. Didn't play great, but he come on. He didn't even really kind of look at Ten Hag when he come on the pitch. Is Ten Hag falling out with too many big players? Has he lost the dressing room?
It's hard to say, but when you look at the performances that they're turning in, I mean, they're the fifth best. Sorry, they've won the last 5 games. They are the informed side in the Premier League. No, Jay, I'm going to let me finish, right?
Go on.
But you look at the performances. That does not tell you anything about those victories. It doesn't tell you.
No.
The Fulham game, right? They got out of jail there, right?
Yeah.
There was what was the other game?
Sheffield United.
Is it Bournemouth as well? Was it Bournemouth? Brentford at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Another game where they got. Yeah. And I think the truth of the matter is they ain't playing well enough. And while they're not playing well enough, how's that going to be a happy dressing room? And there's not. Look, I think it's fair to say United have had a lot of injuries, haven't they? Martinez is still out.
Jadon Sancho ain't injured, and Varane ain't injured.
Jadon Sancho, yeah, but that's I don't know what's happened there.
No,
I don't know what's happened there. But he's a man that seems to rule with an iron fist, doesn't he? It's my way or the highway.
Yeah, but can you do that at Man United?
If you win games, yeah. You can do what you want if you win games. So Alex Ferguson, right? He's winning Premier Leagues. You can rule with an iron fist. It's when results don't go your way, performances don't go your way, and the fans aren't happy. I think then it's a balancing act between being a manager. Yes, look, if Man United are the top of the table, right? Where's Varane going to go? Can't go knocking on the gaffer's door, can he?
No, but if Johnny Evans is starting in front of you, you will be.
Well, there you go. You just don't fancy him. That's what I said to you.
Mark, obviously, you follow the Premier League as well in this situation of Man United. Having a bit of a look, you say they're in the informed side, but it's a bit of a mess there.
They don't pass the sniff test, do they? United at the minute, performance-wise.
Yeah, you go. Are they all right? Are they good enough?
Yeah, it's just that after the Lord Mayor's show, been going on years, isn't it? That's the problem. It's like ever since Fergie went and they've churned managers and players and they've lost that core of the side and the setup and structure of the club. You look at the likes of Brighton and Hove Albion now, and these producing all these players out of nowhere, all these great backroom staff and selling them for 200 million profit, and they're just not on the same page with the club. So anyone in charge, I mean, the man's operating under pressure, and the expectations there are high. But if you look at where they are versus City as an infrastructure, realistically, that everyone has to lower their expectation. But if you're a United fan, you're not going to do that. So the manager's always pushing water uphill to a degree.
The problem they had when Sir Alex left, David Gill left at the same time, and that David Moyes came in. And Ed Woodward come in, and there was no handover. There was no smooth. Literally, there's been a gear shift and a complete change in direction the way the club was run. And I think David Gill has been as much a miss. Okay, similarly miss. Of course, Sir Alex was outstanding, but David Gill's recruiting in around that time.
Yeah,
I think really they're still suffering from that.
I mean, how important is recruitment these days? I mean, at any level, right? It's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, all the managers I spoke to, Paul Cook and Chesterfield, 9/10 of the law, they all say, listen, recruitment, get it wrong. And the problem is, it's like when you get a cycle of recruitment wrong, it takes a while to get it right.
Especially a club like United, these players are on huge salaries.
Yeah. 5-6 year deals.
It's like the Chelsea bit now. You look at it and think, well, you've got a load of players in there, and to try and then get back to where you want to be and have a core of a team, it's going to take a while when you get it wrong. All these historically good teams, they build up the structure, the foundation. All they do is add to it, don't they? Liverpool back in the 80s, United in the 90s. Man City now, they've only got to bung in 2 players a season. They've got such a great structure. And the teams
and
like
they get
United...
someone like Doku that comes in and, they're getting it right.
Yeah. I mean, when they've got that core, they can make average players look good.
Yeah.
That's the things, and that's what they do. They bring in players that just look way better. But then you've got, like I said, teams like Chelsea, United and that just have no core to the team, and it takes a long time to get that. The problem is, the fans get the manager out before that's even had a chance to happen after time. That's the thing.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. Let's go to Lewis, who's a Man United fan. All right, Lou?
How we doing, fellas?
I'm all right, matey. How are you? Look, you're a Man United fan. What do you think's going on with Varane?
Well, there's clearly been a fallout there, isn't there, between the manager and Varane. He's obviously not happy. He's not being picked, and Johnny Evans is getting in ahead of him. He's probably said something, and he's getting the iron fist treatment, isn't he? I mean, look. Do
you think he's doing that too much, though, Ten Hag?
Well, maybe, but there are some cases where it needs to be done. But look, Varane, he was once a world-class centre-back 5-6 years ago when he was winning Champions Leagues galore. He's not anymore. He's still a decent enough centre-back, but he's injured a lot of the time. And he's coming on when he is getting a chance, and he looks like he's got the ump. You can just see it in his face, and it's then showing in his performances. So I think that's probably going to, if not in the January, it'll be gone in the summer.
Would you be happy to get rid of him? Would you happy to get rid of him?
Well, look, there's about 10 players ahead of him I'd rather let go, before Varane. I would keep him over Maguire and Lindelof, but it looks like the managers, if you get on the wrong side of Ten Hag, it don't look like you got a way back in, really, does it? But you're talking about this stat, guys, right? That stat, we're the most informed side in the league. It's the biggest load of rubbish ever. It's
don't pass the sniff test, do you?
No, Jason, right? In the middle of those 4 games, we've 1 out of 5. We've been pumped 3-0 twice, back to back at home in the League Cup and in by City in the league. Yeah. Then we lost back to back.
Come on now.
Right, we lost back to back Champions League games as well, and the teams we beat in this 4 out of 5 winning run. 4 out of 5, what was it? Luton, Brentford, Fulham, and they're all just scraped wins by 1 goal margins. Got away with it, lucky wins. It's not like we blew them away 5-0 and playing brilliant football. No. That stat means nothing. No. Absolutely nothing. So if anyone gets fooled and suckered in by that, then they don't know what they're talking about.
Do you think Ten Hag lasts the season?
United are bang average, and it's not good enough. 400 million he's had to spend. The tactics are still poor. The team selection, I think he's getting wrong, or the subs, the in-game management. The football's terrible to watch. We're a mess.
Lewis,
I don't know how we're sick. How are we sick? We should be...
No, but I remember that under Ten Hag you were like that as well. Lewis, you get a feeling that some of the players think that they're going to outstay the gaffer. I mean, Jadon Sancho, if a new manager comes in, you're looking at Varane and Sancho, think, I've got a clean start here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a load of them there thinking that look, we've got some tough games coming up. Everton away, Galatasaray away, Newcastle away, and then we've got Bayern Munich, Liverpool coming up early December. We could lose all those games easily. So Ten Hag, he's got to watch himself, because if Ratcliffe's sacking the CEO, then the manager's well up for grabs, isn't he? So, United are a mess. I don't know why we're sick. I think Brighton have dropped off a bit. That's probably why we're a bit higher up. But we're not going to get top 4. Forget it. If any United fan thinks we're going to get top 4, no chance. We are bang average. We'll do well to get a Europa League spot. The season's been a disaster so far. We're clinging on with Champions League, aren't we, by skin of our teeth. We've got to win the last 2 games. Can't see that. We're out of the League Cup. That was probably our best hope with silverware. and the league's terrible. You know,
That's a damning.
It's a brutal
Damning phone call, Lewis.
It is. You've got to be honest. You know, don't kid yourself. I think we're on the way up. Ten Hag's convincing us in press conferences. Oh, don't worry. Rashford will start scoring loads of goals again. We're on the way up. It'll all, trust the process. It's like, come on, Erik. It's not happening, is it?
Come on, Erik.
Come on, Erik.
Come on, Erik.
Come on, sir.
For God's sakes, Erik.
He had a decent first season, didn't he? Right, top 4 and we won a trophy. It's going backwards. You know, United need to spend probably another £500 million. So Ratcliffe, when he comes in, he needs to pump some money into the team. But with trouble is we're stuck with a dozen players on the squad who are just overpaid. They've got 3 or 4 years left. You can't sell them. You know, we're stuck with a lot of these players for a good few more years yet. You know, and that's the scary thing. You know.
Yeah, Lewis, brilliant call, mate. Thanks for phoning in. Just Varane he's 31. He's on 340 grand a week. So
I mean, when did he sign? 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
he signed under. Was it Ollie he signed? Was
I'm
it
not sure.
Was it Ten Hag? Did Ten Hag sign him? Either way, he's got at least 2 years left, right?
Yeah. I think
He's got 18 months left, right?
Yeah.
Will you try and shift him? He's going to take that wage.
I think someone would take a punt on him.
What are those wages?
PSG would.
Those wages? I don't know, mate.
PSG would.
What, 325 bags a week?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, mate.
I think they would. Man United fans, you can come on and have your say. I've got some Sunday League stories lined up as well. Don't go anywhere, but get involved in the show. 03 717 22 33
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.